Hi, my name is Demetrea Edwards. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a graduate research assistant at the Gender and Sexuality Resource Center, and I'm currently in my last year of my master's program studying clinical mental health counseling. And I am here today with Elizabeth.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Guidarte. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the new grad research assistant at the Gender and Sexuality Resource Center, and I oversee Speakers Bureau. So, what is Speakers Bureau? It's made up of volunteer members and community members that speak on behalf of their stories as part of the LGBTQIA plus community.
So I just want to give you guys a quick background on the space that I am in today. I'm at home. We've been kind of working from home since, everything got shut down. So I'm currently in my home recording.
Yes, I am also currently in my apartment because, COVID. I can introduce the topic that we're going to be talking about today, which is something that's really close to my heart, which is self-care. I think it is something that looks different for everybody. For me personally, self-care can be something physical, such as, getting enough sleep every night, getting enough exercise, eating healthy. Another thing for me, it might be environmental. I like to keep a clean space in my home, and I also like to take walks outside, get some fresh air, feel the sun on my face, look at the stars at night. I feel like that's always very important. And then lastly, intellectually, I think it's important to keep your mind busy by reading books. If you don't like to read, you can always listen to a podcast, you can watch a documentary, you can always try something new by sparking curiosity. Which could look different for everybody, but might be something as simple as joining one of the diversity or cultural centers or programs offered here at NIU, and being proud of your accomplishments, and whether that means just finishing your program and graduating. They're all very important. Demetria, would you like to talk a little bit about some of the things that you do for self-care?
Yeah, sure. I love what you said about keeping a clean space. Like, that's very important to me and my mental health. Like, clean space, clean mind. So I really love that. So what I have is one of the first things that always, like, when I mention self-care, I talk about like being proactive with self-care. Self-care is like very proactive. It's not something that you should be doing after a crisis or after a stressful event. It's something that should be included in your daily life, and it's a lifestyle choice. Make sure that you incorporate self-care and the things that you love to do, whether that's reading, writing, working out is important. Like, make it a part of your schedule and your daily life so that way you are always and actively doing those things. Also, choosing to say yes or no is a simple form of self-care. One of my personal faves is to say no, but the reason I say that is because sometimes, we're in our comfort zone, and when opportunities present themselves and we're interested in doing it, but it makes us uncomfortable, that might be the opportunity to say yes, and it might work out in your favor. And I would say opportunities to say no is if you're overwhelmed, overworked. As students, we're students, student leaders typically. Most of us are working and going to school, and then you have your personal life, your family, your friends, and etc. So it's very important that when opportunities present themselves, but you don't have the capacity to say no to that opportunity. It's okay. You don't need to explain to anyone why you chose to say no. Just say no. And my last point is to be kind to yourself and to allow yourself the same grace that you give others. Always think about if your best friend, came to you and said that they're struggling with self-care and they're stressed and they don't know what to do and they're asking you for advice on, what they should do. The same advice that you would give them, give to yourself and use it and put it in action. Allow yourself to be tired and rest. Allow yourself to, have your bad days when you don't feel like doing anything or you just not able to work to your full capacity that day. Do what you can. Allow yourself that grace and protect your mental health and your physical health as well, because we all know that those two things are connected. So now that we gave some tips about some self-care, the last thing that we want to mention is some upcoming events that we have going on at the GSRC. Elizabeth, would you like to share some things?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And I loved what you had to say. Honestly, I agree with everything. Props to you. I think that speaking about focusing on your accomplishments and yourself and investing in yourself. If anybody's interested in joining Speakers Bureau and finds that exciting or interesting, we're always looking for new members. So I want to encourage you to do so. Demetrea, do you have anything you want to say about what's going on at the Gender and Sexuality Resource Center?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So on December 2nd at 12, we have Women is Wednesday, and it's happening via our Instagram story, per usual. That's something new that we've been doing this semester due to COVID, since we can't interact in person. And then on December the 3rd, the very next day, which is a Thursday at 6 p.m., we have our Sister Circles, which is a support group for women of color on campus. We're just getting together to, it's the end of the semester, so we're talking about finals, stressors, plans for a break, and things like that.
Yeah, so our contact information will be in the comments. And also, I just want to thank you guys for choosing to stay home with us. I really loved having this space to talk to you guys, and I hope you have happy holidays.
Yes, thank you all for joining us and choosing us to be at home with. Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing this space with me, and hope you all have a great break.
Yep, my pleasure. Bye, guys.
Bye.